Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, today we are going to do the evaluation. This evaluation is about homework from 24th March until 28th March, from 24th to 28th until 19 to 23rd May.
Okay, sir. Copy that, sir.
Okay, now I will show you the homework from 24th March first. We can start from science first.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, could you explain this one? What is this topic about?
All right. This is about the about the electrical circuit, and this one is about the material of isolator and conductor. Which
Oh,
of this material is not an electrical conductor? Electrical conductor means a material that lets electricity flow through it freely. It makes it easier, or like electricity can easily pass through them.
so this electrical conductor allow the electricity to flow.
Yes, sir. That allow electricity to flow.
Okay, next.
That is not an electrical conductor. Is rubber because rubber is isolator. It stops electricity from flowing
So
through it. Huh?
gold can.
Gold is the best conductor that is.
Okay, so it
This
can.
is not an electrical conductor.
Okay, number two.
What is an electrical isolator? Electrical isolator is a material that stops electricity. It prevents electricity from flowing through them.
Number three.
What does plastic do for electric appliance? Plastic, uh, plastic protects us from electric shocks because it insulates or like covering the live wire so we didn't touch them.
Okay, number four.
What is the electrical conductor? While electrical conductor is a material that allows electricity to flow easily.
Okay, next. This question, sir.
Copper is commonly used because it is a good conductor.
Conductor.
Plastic and rubber is an example of electrical isolator. Conductors help electricity to flow through wires. An electrical isolator prevents electricity from flowing.
Prevent electricity from
From
flowing. Okay.
flowing. What is an electrical isolator? Electrical isolator is a material that stops electricity from flowing. The example of electrical isolator is plastic, rubber, wood, stone. And why is copper considered a good electrical conductor? Because it lets electricity to flow through it easily. And while in terms of the conductor rating, the best one is gold, but gold is not economically viable or is too expensive to be used as the electrical conductor. So we use the second best, that is the copper, and below copper will be iron. Give two example of similar conductor. The similar conductor will be like copper and gold and iron.
Okay. Can we can what happens? Okay, how about this one?
When our body experience an electric shock, we will experience a sudden jolt, or we will be or the because the electricity is flowing to our body. Our
Yeah.
body is mainly made 70% of water, and
Yeah.
that means we are a good electricity. That means we can like conduct electricity easily. And when electricity is flowing to our body, it shocks our body. It gives us a jolt.
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, now we move to math. What is this topic about, sir?
This is about the diagram, Carroll diagram, Venn diagram,
Oh, I see.
uh, bar, uh, bar diagram. And how many circles are usually used in the basic Venn diagram? Each should be 2 or 3 because the Venn diagram is used to show the similarities between each categories, and the one that is the area that is non overlapping means unique elements of each set. If it's overlapping, that means the two categories got something in common. That's why they are overlapping.
Okay, number 2.
The advantage of data represented in pictograms is easy to draw. Yes, it is. They can be used only for small range of data. Yes, it is. And they are fun to look at. That means it's all of the above. That is the characteristic of a pictogram. Pictogram is what? Pictogram is a diagram that use picture to represent the data. What kind of data dot plots consists of? Dot plot consists of numerical type of data because it consists only like the horizontal row will be filled with the categories, and then the vertical row above each categories is filled with the dots with the value of each category. A pictogram use what to represent data? Pictogram use pictures to represent data. The brand of t-shirt, a park visitor wore, are considered to be a categorical data. A dot plot use dots to represent data points or the value. For example, 45 got 3 dots on it. That means the people who use a t-shirt with number 45 on it are 3 people. That is the example of dot plot. Each box in a Carroll diagram represents a category for organizing data.
Okay. Okay, now we move to Mathematica. Oh, there's a story question here, right?
Yes, sir. There's still a silly question. This one actually is about the how
Reading
to
the
read
data.
the data. Yeah, reading the data. That's
How about
why.
this one?
Huh? A girl ate chocolates every day from the fridge. The amount of chocolate in the fridge is 90 chocolate. She ate 3 chocolates on the first day, 6 on the second, 12 on the third, and keeps doubling in amount each day. How many chocolates will she have left after 4 days? So uh, at first there are 90 chocolates, and then after 4 days, that means she ate the chocolate for 4 consecutive days, for 4 days in a row. So we just add or accumulate the number of the chocolate eaten, and after that we subtract it with the number of the chocolate at the start. For example, 3, we got 3, and after that we plus 6 because it keeps double. That if there are 3 chocolates on the first day, 6 chocolate on the second, that means it's double. 12 chocolate on the third. What will be the number of the chocolate on the fourth day? That means 12 times 2, 24. After that, if you only write 24 in here, that is not correct, because the one that is asked, the question is about how many chocolates will she have left after 4 days, not the amount of chocolates she eaten on the fourth day. That's why 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 12 is how many? 21. 21 plus 24 is 45. That means we subtract 90, subtract minus 45 is 45 chocolate.
Okay.
That is left after 4 days.
Okay, after 4 days you got 45. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we move to Mathematica. Bisa dijelaskan ini materinya tentang apa, Sir?
Tentang bangun ruang.
Oh, sudah belajar tentang volume?
Hah?
Volume bangun ruang?
Iya, sebenarnya di buku dan juga sudah pernah saya ceritakan juga sama Sir Hendra. Sebenarnya kalau bangun ruang di sini masih sekedar pengenalan mengenai bentuk-bentuk bangun ruang. Namun di kurikulum kita saya rasa terlalu sangat disayangkan kalau misalnya mereka tidak mengetahui rumus-rumus.
Oke.
Maka dari itu saya mulai memberikan dia dan juga yang herannya di buku juga ada soal seperti ini namun rumusnya tidak ada. Maka dari itu saya berinisiatif memberikannya sendiri loh, rumus-rumusnya.
Rumus balok apa rumus volume balok?
Apa?
Rumus volume balok.
Rumus
Volume balok.
volume balok adalah panjang kali lebar dikali tinggi.
Kalau kubus?
Kubus sisi kali sisi pangkat 3.
Sisi pangkat 3.
Iya.
Oke. Kita mulai saja dari soal nomor 1 terlebih
Bisa.
dahulu.
Berapakah volume balok tersebut dalam hektometer kubik? Nah, this one that I need the spider, the marker. 12. Iya.
40 kali 30 kali 12. Ini jadi kita harus langkah pertama bagaimana cara menjelaskan ini?
Yang pertama-tama kita itu harus mengkalikan apa rumus balok. Maka kamu harus mengkalikan panjang dengan lebar. Kemudian hasil dari perkalian sebelumnya kamu dikalikan dengan tinggi masing-masing dalam satuan dekameter. Setelah kamu mendapati jumlahnya, perhatikan baik-baik dalam satuan apa di situ diminta. Jika sebelumnya dekameter, maka jawabannya harus dalam hektometer kubik. Yang mana yang lebih tinggi di tangga satuan volume, dekameter kubik atau hektometer kubik? Benar, hektometer kubik. Maka saya harap kamu berhati-hati di soal ini. Dan di sini yang ada hektometer kubik hanya D. Jika kamu menggunakan logika, maka kamu sudah mendapatkan jawabannya.
Oke, kalau dari dekameter kubik,
Dekameter
ini dekameter kubik ya, Sar. Kalau dekameter kubik ke hektometer kubik,
maka
ini berarti dibagi berapa?
Dibagi 1000.
Dibagi 1000.
Iya.
Ya, karena naik satu tangga. Oke. Nomor 2, Sar.
Sebuah lemari dengan panjang 8 meter, 7 meter dan volume 12 meter. Berapakah volume dari lemari tersebut? Kamu lihat di sini panjang, lebar, dan volume. Oh, ini seharusnya tinggi.
Ini tinggi ya?
Iya, tinggi. Dan volume, iya, kemarin ini pun mereka tapi tetap mereka kerjakan. Volume dari lemari tersebut. Di sini bisa kita lihat lemari biasanya bentuknya seperti apa. Kalau tidak kubus, maka bentuknya adalah balok. Dan di sini bisa kita simpulkan bahwa ini bukanlah bentuk kubus karena panjang, lebar dan tingginya berbeda. Berapakah volume dari lemari tersebut? 8 dikali 7, 56. 56 dikali 12, maka adalah 672 meter.
672 meter
Iya.
kubik.
Meter kubik.
Iya, harusnya meter kubik.
Yes,
56 kali 12, 6 kali 2 hasilnya 12, maka yang berakhiran satuan 2 di sini cuma bagian A. Berarti ini bagian jawaban. Oke, lanjut nomor 1. Ini
sebuah kubus memiliki volume bla 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 cm kubik jika panjang sisinya 4 cm. Kubus semua sisinya sama. Jadi kita tidak perlu mengetahui lebarnya, tingginya. Karena jika kita ketahui satu sisinya, maka kita sudah mengetahui semua panjang sisinya. 4 dikali 4, 16. 16 dikali 4, maka 96 cm kubik.
16 kali 4, 96. Berapa, Sir?
16 dikali
4.
Wait. Lupa kan? 24. 74.
Berapa, Sir?
Ya lah, 74 lah.
74, masih kurang tepat.
64.
64. 16 kali 4, 64.
Iya.
64 cm.
64 cm kubik di sini. Iya.
Nomor 2.
Nomor 2, 3 desiliter sama dengan bla 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 mililiter, 300 mililiter.
Oke, 300 mililiter. Nomor 3.
Ukuran untuk ruang yang ditempati oleh suatu benda disebut satuan volume. Jika sisi kubus adalah 5 cm, maka volumenya adalah 125 cm kubik.
Oke. Soal nomor 3, Sir.
Sebuah akuarium berbentuk balok memiliki panjang 25 desimeter, lebar 15 desimeter, dan tinggi 10 desimeter. Berapa liter air yang dapat diisi ke dalam akuarium tersebut? Di sini bentuknya balok, maka untuk mengetahui berapa liter air yang bisa ditampung, kita harus mengukur volumenya terlebih dahulu. Volume balok adalah panjang kali lebar kali tinggi, 25 dikali 15 adalah 250. 325 dikali 10, 3250 desimeter. Liter air yang dapat desimeter kubik, 1 desimeter kubik dengan 1 liter, apa yang kemarin saya bilang? Ya, 1:1. Maka 3250 desimeter kubik sama dengan 3250 liter.
Oke. Oke, soal nomor 4, Sir.
Mita membuat adonan kue yang membutuhkan 2,5 liter air. Jika Mita hanya memiliki gelas ukur 250 ml, berapa banyak gelas yang harus diisi untuk mendapatkan jumlah air yang diperlukan? Sebelumnya sudah saya jelaskan satuan liter. Jika tangga satuan liter berbeda dengan ukuran satuan volume dan satuan luas dan satuan panjang. Satuan panjang karena dia pangkat 2, maka di setiap naik turun tangga dikali selalu 1 dibagi 100. Dan volume antara dikali 1000 dan dibagi 1000. Sedangkan mili dan liter, mereka tetap seperti perkalian satuan panjang yang normal, yaitu dikali 10 dan dibagi 10 tiap naik atau turun tangganya. 2,5 liter air, apa yang di bawah liter? Desiliter, berarti sama dengan 25 liter air. Jika di sentiliter, maka 250 liter air. Jika di mililiter, 2500 mililiter air. Sedangkan di sini adalah 250 mili setiap gelas yang bisa diisikan ke adonan kue. Setiap gelas menampung 250 mili. Berarti jika 2,5 liter dikonversikan ke mililiter adalah 2500 mili. Berarti dibagikan 250, maka membutuhkan 10 gelas air.
10 gelas. Okay. Now we move to the next homework. Okay, now we move to the next homework. It takes from 7 to 11 April. Okay, we can start from math first. So, what is this topic about?
This one is about fraction. We are moving to the new chapter.
Okay, so this is fraction. Please answer this one.
If you have 2 over 4, what it is equivalent fraction? That means it is that is something that is the 1 out of 2 fraction, because 2 over 4 means when you divide something into 4 different sections and then you mark 2 out of all the fraction, that will still equivalent to a half of the things that you trying to divide.
Okay, next.
15% mean 50 parts out of 100, because percent means per 100. Which of the following is a fraction? It should be B, because C is the percent and A is whole number. What do you get when you divide a whole into 4 equal parts? So 1 out of 2 is halves, 1 out of 3 is third, and 1 out of 4 is a quarters. The
Next.
bottom number in a fraction is called the denominator. If you eat 3 out of 6 slices, you have eaten 3 out of 6 or half of the pizza. If you have 4 quarters, if you have 4, 1 out of 4, that means you have full of a whole.
Number 4.
The top number in a fraction is called the numerator.
Okay, number 1, sir.
A student scored 15 out of 20 on a test. What fraction of the test did they pass? They passed 3 out of 4 of their test.
3 out of 4.
Yes, because
it
when
comes
you
from-
divide 20, when you divide 20 into like 4 equal parts or like half equal parts, you get 3 out of 4 when you multiply it by 15.
Okay. How about this question? This question number 4.
A cake is divided into 10 equal pieces. If 4 pieces are eaten, what fraction is left? So you divide a cake into 10 fraction, into 10 equal pieces. That means you get 10 out of 10. Now you minus it by 4 because 4 pieces were eaten. When you eat something, you add something or you take something from it. Yes, you take something from it. So we take 4 from the 10 out of 10. How many is left? 6 out of 10. Simplify the fraction as well. When you simplify, that means you turn it into a smallest possible fraction. 6 out of 10 can be made into 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. 6
The
out of
3
10.
out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay. It's correct. Now we move to science. Here's the question, sir.
This one is still about the electrical circuit. What is a conductor? A conductor is a material that allows electricity to pass. And why are wires coated with plastic? This one is the same reason why our appliance is covered with wire, or why covered with plastic, or why is wire got insulating on it, is to protect against electricity. Which of the following is not the characteristic of a conductor? Which of the following? This is all characteristic of a conductor, but one of it is an incorrect facts about the conductor. It conducts electricity well. Yes, it is. It's always made of metal. Yes, because metal is mainly what is conductor made of. Actually, there is like a carbon, like graphite. It can also be a good conductor. It's very heavy. Yes, sometimes. But the one who is not belong here is blocks electricity flow. That is the characteristic of an isolator. Which of the following item is an insulator? That will be a rubber glove.
Okay, rubber glove. Okay, next part B.
When there is blah 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 in a simple like electric circuit, the light will not turn on. When there is break in simple electric circuit, the light will not turn on because the electricity cannot flow. When there is no break in simple like electric circuit, the light will turn on. When there is a break, there will be no electricity. That means the light will not turn on, and the opposite will be happen. Plastic is commonly used to coat electrical appliance. Plastic is commonly used to coat electrical wires.
Yeah, electrical wire.
Yeah. The blah 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 of a wire helps prevent electrical shocks. It should be The insulation. The insulation, but there is, I think I
The
missed it.
circuit, no, the circuit is not the circuit.
Is that?
The insulation of a wire helps prevent, yeah, actually the insulation.
But there is no choice.
Okay.
What happens?
Not the brake.
Huh? No. The break is for the question number 1. When there is a break in some electric circuit, that means it is not connected.
Oh yeah.
The light will not turn on.
Question number 1, sir. This one.
What happens if there is no break in the circuit? If there is no break in the circuit, that means all of the component in the electric circuit is connected and electricity can flow from the power cells into the wires and then into the light bulb and the lamp will turn on. What is insulator? That is.
Nah, just skip. Number 3.
What is a switch? A switch is is a device that control the flow of electricity. Is the things that can make the electrical circuit open or close.
Okay, next number 3.
That is the one that I answered. So what is a switch?
Oh, yeah.
A device that control the flow of electricity in the electrical circuit.
The switch is the one that can connect and disconnect the.
Yeah, the one that can make the circuit open or close.
Okay. Do you think the number of cells affect the brightness of a lamp in a light electrical circuit?
Yes, this is actually I want to see their reasoning, like if the number of cells will be affecting the brightness of a lamp in a light electrical circuit. The correct answer will be yes, because the more you put the more electrical the more power cell you put on the circuit, the brighter the lamp will be, because there will be more power, more electricity to turn on to power up the light bulb.
Okay, I see. Okay, now we move to Matematika. Baik, silakan dijawab nih, Sir.
Kurva ini udah mulai masuk bangun datar. Kurva yang tidak bertemu ujungnya adalah kurva terbuka. Segitiga siku-siku memiliki satu sudut 90 derajat. Sedangkan segitiga sama kaki memiliki hanya dua sisi yang sama panjang. Yang semua sisi yang sama panjang adalah segitiga sama sisi. Berapa sudut yang dimiliki segitiga? Walaupun dia jenis segitiga apapun, dia hanya memiliki 3 sudut karena dia hanya memiliki 3 sisi, 3 segi. Segi banyak beraturan memiliki sisi-sisi yang sama panjang. Ini sebenarnya dalam sebuah segitiga, jika dua sudutnya masing-masing 50 derajat dan sudut ketiga adalah 30 derajat, maka segitiga tersebut adalah segitiga sembarang.
Bukan, itu bukan segitiga.
Dua sudutnya masing-masing segitiga sama kaki.
Nomor 2, Sir.
Iya.
Oh, bukan
dua
segitiga.
sudutnya,
Bukan segitiga sama kaki. Ini harusnya pembelajaran. Memang untuk level pembelajaran ini kelas 4 harusnya belum belajar ini, Sir. Dalam sebuah segitiga, jika dua sudutnya masing-masing 50 dan jika dua sudutnya masing-masing 50.
Iya, masing-masing 50 derajat.
Dan sudut ketiga adalah 30. Oh, ini nggak bisa dong, Sir.
Hah?
Total sudut dalam segitiga
Harus 180 ya, Sir ya?
180.
60, 60, 120 seharusnya ini.
Maka kalau ini 50, ada dua buah yang 50,
masih
maka yang satunya
130.
ini berapa harusnya?
Ini seharusnya 80 sih.
80.
Iya.
Tapi jawaban Sir benar, maka segitiga tersebut adalah segitiga
sama
kaki karena sudutnya sama. Tapi ini harusnya 80.
Bisa, bakal saya motif.
Oke, nomor 3.
Sebuah segitiga segi 4 yang semua sudutnya 90 derajat disebut persegi. Sebenarnya bisa juga persegi panjang,
Bisa
tapi
persegi.
tidak ada jawabannya saya buat di situ. Segitiga sama sisi memiliki semua sisi. Iya,
Memiliki 3 sisi yang sama
3
panjang
sisi yang sama panjang.
atau semua. Oke. Lanjut nomor, bagaimana bentuk dari sisi? Oke, nomor 1 ini bagaimana cara menjelaskannya?
Bentuk dari segitiga sama sisi, sebutkan jumlah sisi dan sudutnya serta gambar di bawah ini. Ya, ini saya suruh gambar mereka dengan pensil. Jumlah sisinya adalah 3 sisi dan sudutnya masing-masing adalah 60 derajat karena semuanya sama panjang.
Oke. Soal nomor 4.
Perbedaan antara segi banyak beraturan dan tidak beraturan adalah segi banyak beraturan sisi-sisinya sama panjang dan dia kedua ujungnya bertemu. Kemudian segi banyak tidak beraturan ke semua sisinya tidak semua sisi yang sama panjang, ada yang berbeda. Contohnya adalah segi banyak beraturan adalah seperti segi 6, segi 5, segi 4, trapesium, dan segi banyak yang tidak beraturan contohnya adalah seperti segi 4 sembarang.
Oh ya, oke. Now we move to the next homework. It takes from 14 April. This one 14 April to 18. You can start from Mathematica first. Silakan dijawab, Sir.
Yes, sir. Yang dimaksud dengan sudut dalam bangun datar adalah ruang antara dua garis yang bertemu.
Ruang antara dua garis.
Garis yang bertemu.
Oke.
Trapesium memiliki berapa banyak sisi? Trapesium memiliki dua sisi. Enggak ya. Memiliki 4 sisi. Trapesium.
Ya, trapesium memiliki 4 sisi. Ya. Oke.
Apa ciri-ciri dari belah ketupat? Ciri-ciri dari belah ketupat hanya memiliki satu pasang sisi. Enggak. Dia punya 2 sisi yang sejajar. Semua sisinya sama panjang.
Oke, semua sisinya sama panjang.
Bangun datar manakah yang memiliki 2 pasang sisi yang sama panjang dan sejajar? 2 pasang sisi yang sama panjang dan sejajar adalah jajar genjang.
2 pasang sisi yang sama panjang
dan sejajar.
Okay. Tapi persegi juga benar kan, Sir?
Apa sih?
Ini persegi juga harusnya benar.
Persegi seharusnya 2 pasang sisi.
Sama panjang dan
Ya,
sejajar.
sama
Ini juga harusnya benar. Ini harus lebih diperhatikan lagi supaya siswa tidak bingung mana jawabannya benar-benar mewakili pertanyaan.
Baik, sir.
Kecuali ini bahkan kalau saya kasih persegi panjang juga
benar juga.
Tetap benar jawabannya.
Makanya saya buat antara segitiga, layang-layang kan enggak.
Iya.
Dia hanya
jadi
punya
saya bisa
sepasang
ganti pakai seperti
segi 6 bisa.
Ya. Nomor 1.
Baik, segitiga tumbul memiliki satu sudut yang lebih dari 90 derajat. Segitiga sembarang memiliki semua sisi yang berbeda panjangnya. Pada bangun datar, bla 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 adalah garis yang menghubungkan 2 sudut. Diagonal adalah garis yang menghubungkan 2 sudut. Trapesium memiliki 1 pasang sisi yang sejajar.
Konsep sejajar itu bagaimana, Sir?
Yang sejajar artinya dia paralel dan dia itu jika dia diperpanjang sejauh apapun tidak akan bisa bertemu. Kalau dia berpotongan, jika dia diperpanjang walaupun dia saat ini tidak bertemu, suatu saat akan bertemu.
Membentuk sudut.
Iya.
Membentuk sudut. Oke, nomor 1.
Mengapa segitiga sama kaki disebut demikian? Sebutkan jumlah sisi dan sudutnya serta gambar segitiga sama kaki sederhana di bawah ini. Segitiga sama kaki memiliki kaki-kaki atau 2 sisi yang sama panjang. Misalnya ada segitiga ABC, A dan B sisinya sama panjang, namun C bisa jadi berbeda dengan panjang A dan B. Sisinya ada 3 dan sudutnya ada 3.
Oke, nomor 3.
Yang dimaksud dengan sudut tumpul adalah sudut yang melebihi 90 derajat. 90 derajat adalah sudut siku-siku dan dia itu biasanya kita dapat menemukannya contohnya adalah di permukaan bak mandi di mana lubangnya adalah di mana dibuat agar air bisa mengalir dari tidak menggenang dan bisa mengalir ke lubang kamar mandi.
Berarti sudut tumpul syaratnya hanya berada di atas 90 derajat.
Lebih dari 90 derajat dan kurang dari 180
Ya,
derajat.
kurang
Karena
dari
180 derajat adalah garis lurus.
sudut lurus dan lebih dari 180 derajat adalah
lebih dari
180 derajat. Sudut refleks.
Oh,
Sudut
I don't know about that, sir. Thank you, sir. Sudut refleks, that means apa ya? Balik lagi ya, sir. Karena kan kalau lebih dari
Dia kembali ke sini
kembali lagi,
berarti dia mungkin 190 derajat, 210 derajat. Ya. Oke. Nomor 4.
Cara membedakan antara trapesium dan jajar genjang. Jajar genjang memiliki dua pasang sisi yang sejajar dan sama panjang. Sedangkan trapesium hanya memiliki satu pasang sisi yang sejajar dan tidak selalu sama panjang. Trapesium hanya atas dan bawahnya yang sejajar, sedangkan jajar genjang atas bawah kiri kanannya sejajar.
Sejajar dan sama panjang.
Iya, sejajar dan sama panjang.
Okay. Now we move to the next homework. Text from 21st April until 25th April. We can start from science first. Okay, here's the question, sir. Oh, this is about
This
the new
one
topic.
is about the galaxy. We are introducing new chapter. The name of our galaxy is the Milky Way, the solar system.
The name of our galaxy?
The name of our galaxy is Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Milky Way. What happens to shadow at noons? They are the shortest because the sun is right above us.
Okay.
What causes day and night on Earth? That will be Earth rotation. Because it's not the sun that goes from the east into the west, but our Earth that is rotating on its axis. Why is the equator tropical? Because it receives the most direct sunlight year round. Do you think we are in the tropical country? Yes, because we are in the Khatulistiwa. That is the bahasa for equator. The Earth spins around its axis, causing day and night. Our solar system is in the Milky Way galaxy, while the center of our solar system is the sun. To spin or turn around an axis is to rotating.
Rotate, okay. Number 1.
The difference between rotation and revolution of planet Earth is rotation is when you spin yourself on your place, while revolution you are spinning or like you are taking a circle around something in the center. That means rotation is the Earth spinning on its own axis, and the revolution is when it is make a circle around the center, that is the sun.
Okay.
What is rotation of planet Earth cause? The rotation of planet Earth cause is the day and night. And how long does it take for Earth to reach a full rotation? It will be 24 hours. That's why a day is divided into 24 hours. That is because the time that is needed to make a full rotation of the Earth.
But actually it's not.
Isn't?
It's not exactly 24 hours.
Yeah, I think like 23.5.
No, it's actually 24. 24 1 out of 4. So it means
that means
24 6 hours.
15 minutes. Huh?
24 6 hours. No, I mean
24
6 hours.
24
6 hours because 24
not 24 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Will be first
because
24.
of 1/4 of a hour. And number 3,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's true. 24, 24.
15
No,
minutes. Huh?
actually, it's 24. Yeah, 24, 15, 15,
15
15
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
And a planetary system is the collection, the collection of the planet and the sun. Is when the sun is when the I'm sorry. A planetary system is the system where the sun is being circled by the collection of a planet, and the planet that is composed of will be Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Okay.
The Pluto is not a part of the planetary system anymore because I forgot what year it is, but it is declared as a dwarf planet. That means it's not a big enough to be categorized as a planet, but not small enough to be considered an asteroid. It's in the between dwarf planet Cardile.
Okay. 2006 actually.
Huh?
2006.
2006.
2006. Okay. Yeah. I think we can uh, go ahead to the next subject is math. Okay. Please answer this one, sir.
Which fraction is equivalent to 2 out of 6? It will be 1/3. Which of these fractions are in order from least to greatest? This one is actually quite easy because the bigger the number, the smaller it will be. That means from the least to the greatest, it will be half, and then 2 out of 3. From the list, from the list it, yeah, what half, 2 out of 3, two of the 3, and 3 out of 4. D.
Okay. How about this question number 3?
This one we should make the denominators the same first. So the can 10 turn into 5? No. But can 5 turn into 10? Yes. We multiply 5 by 2. And if you multiply the bottom, you also multiply the top with same number. Yes, so it will be 6 out of 10 plus 4 out of 10. It will be 10 out of 10 or a whole part. So it will be B and C is right. 10 out of 10 or 1.
Question number 4?
What is 7 out of 8 subtracted by 1 out of 2? It's also the same. Can 8 turn into 2? No. But can 2 turn into 8? Yes. By multiplying it by 4. You multiply the denominator. 2 times 4 is 8. And 1 times 4, because we multiply by the same number, 4 times 4, 1 times 4 is 4. So 7 out of 8 minus 4 out of 8 will be 3 out of 8, C.
3 out of 8. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this one,
I think
just
this one.
take it from question number 2 first.
If you eat 5 out of 20 slices of cake, you have eaten 5 out of 20 or a quarter of the pizza, because that is the equivalent of 5 out of 20.
Okay, yeah.
2 out of 3 is equivalent to blah 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 out of 6. It will be 4 out of 6. To roughly calculate or judge the value is the definition of estimate.
Okay, question number 1.
Sarah ate a quarter of a pizza, and John ate 2 out of 8 of the same pizza. How much of the pizza did they eat in total? This one you need to make into the same number, and then you subtract it by the pizza if it's whole part. How many fractions did the pizza are divided by? 8. That means this one after you after you add what Sarah ate and John ate, you subtract with the whole pizza. Can 8 turn into 4? No, but can 4? Yes. 4 can be made into 8 if 8 is multiplied by 2. So 2 out of 8 plus 2 out of 8 is 4 out of 8. And then the whole pizza is how many? 8 out of 8. So 8 out of 8, when you subtract by 4 out of 8, is 4 out of 8, or roughly a half of the pizza did they eat.
Yeah. Actually, the answer no need to no need to subtract with the total, right? Because the question is how much of the pizza did they eat?
eat in total?
Yeah. So you just need to plus this one
With
to sum
what
this
John
one.
ate.
Yeah. And you have got the answer before. 2,
Oh
4.
yeah, not
Yeah.
how much of the pizza are left,
Left,
but did
yeah.
they eat in total? I'm sorry, sir.
4 out of 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 2.
David had 3 out of 4 of a candy bar. He gave a half to his friend. How much of the candy bar does David have left? So this one also we turn into, at first he got 3 out of 4. But then he subtract, he give away one half. We turn this into the same denominator first. 2, when we turn into 4, is 2 out of 4. So the candy bar that we have left is 3 out of 4, subtracted by 2 out of 4. So the one that he has left is a quarter of candy bar is left.
Okay. So 3 out of 4 minus 1 out of 2.
Yeah, minus a half is a quarter.
Wait. 2. No, I think it's not correct actually. Because if you have 3
Out of 4.
out of 4 and you divide it, you give a half. Because he gave a half, right?
Yes, sir.
He gave a half to his friend. So it must be
A quarter.
a quarter.
1 out of 4. Because if we turn it into like the same denominator, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. That is the same denominator. So it will be 3 minus 2.
But actually this question,
Uh,
that David has 3 out of 4 of a candy bar, right?
yes.
So he gave 1 out of 2 to his friend. So it means 1 out of 2, a half from this one, not 2 over 4. A half from this one. A half from this one must be 1.5. You know, you do get it what I mean, right? 1.5. Or at least if you want to change it into you can change it into the 6. We can
Out of
change this one 6 out of 6 out of 8, right?
6 out of 8 can.
Yeah, 6 out of 8. So, yeah, actually, it's not. Just like, could you imagine this one? 3 out of 4. If we change it into the decimal, it will be
0.75.
0.75.
Yeah.
A half of 0.75 must be
A half of point, it will be 0.36.
37.5.
37.5.
No, 0 point
0.37.
0.37, right? It's about,
37.
if I count it, 0.75 divided by 2, 0.375.
375.
So it's not a quarter, right? It's not a quarter. Because a quarter is 0.25. Yeah. So if you give this answer just like he gave 1 out of 2 to his friend, it means a half. A half from 3 out of 4 of candy bar, it means 0.375. 375. Except you said before in this question, he gave 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4, right? Means
I think in this one they are not yet reaching the apa namanya, not yet reaching the like the decimal. Although yes, the logic is flawed, but I think this could still serve as a like general understanding of the flexion. I think,
yeah.
but that wasn't meant to justify what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah, I see, I see.
But I will change it later. So, 6 out of 8. That is will be most appropriate.
Yeah, the concept is
Ah,
about because I see
ah,
this one is a half. A half. So it means if he give a half, 3 out of 4 divided by 2, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah. But the concept you said is correct as well because you just need to minus this one. 3 out of 4 minus 1 over 2. Yeah, if the concept you say by following the concept you say is already correct actually. Okay, sir. I think that is all our evaluation for today.
Yes, sir.
We have discussed about math, mathematics, and science for some homework. Yeah, I think we can check some question, but before you put it as in the examination question letter,
Yes, sir.
you can
That serve as
see
my
again.
yeah, as my input to fix the mistake or like not doing the same one.
Okay, I think that is all for today. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.